Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow Biafrans and every indigenous nation in the Islamic State of Nigeria. We have crossed the Rubicon. This man, who is vice president of the Islamic State, Shettima, is saying Tinubu will end the reign of terror in Southeast. He said that the criminal terrorists in the zone are not representing Indigbos or the nation interest. This is the same man that founded Boko Haram. Look at it, what he said. Terrorist Kabir Sokoto was found and arrested at APC Vice President candidate house, Shettima. This is the same man that founded terrorism. Now, the purpose of this so-called terrorism, as you could see, the end of last year was a lot of barbaric acts by Shettima boys. And when you look at why are these people committing this thing, why are these people going after the lives and property of this indigenous people, especially the people in the Middle Belt, Zamfara, and some other part of the Northeast, because they are precious stones lying underneath the ground of that country or that state or that region. That is what is there. They are precious stones. They're not just precious stones. The resources, the soils under on the ground are precious. They are being sold out to the Chinese markets. There was a time there was no flight zone in Zamfara, but planes was coming from other part of the world and it was landing there and taking resources out of that country. This is one of the problem of the Islamic State, and they are saying there's ethnic tribal clashes between Muslims and Christians, jihadists and the rest. It's all lies. It's all fraud. It's all propagandas. Look at what I have here. I said, houses abandoned by Nigerian victim fleeing terrorist attack in Plateau State and Benue are occupied by the attackers. Public policies analysis. This is what has been. I'm saying earlier. They attack them and they make those people flee those places to maybe the capital and start living in added poverty and the rest. And they occupy there and start milking the resources there and get expatriates. Let me leave you with this woman speaking.
Especially as it concerns security. You must have an enabling environment in order to do anything. So you cannot take someone that is virtually senile and another person that has been associated on several occasions with funding terrorism. That is Kashim Shettima. Kashim Shettima, we should not forget Kabiru Sokoto.
Kashim Shettima is the vice president of the Islamic State of Nigeria. And the guy Sokoto was a real ally of him. He was the one in charge of ISWAP in Nigeria.
Kabiru Sokoto was one of the most wanted terrorists, and he was found and arrested in his house. Let us understand and let us not forget, this terrorism, this banditry, this carnage is not just happening by mistake. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. A multi-billion dollar industry because it takes a lot of money on defense budget. It has a lot to do with the sale of drugs. It has a lot to do with mining and illegal bunkering and illegal and illicit mining. And look at the areas that are generally affected by this. Take the Northeast, for instance. In the Northeast, you have the blue diamond. That is a strategic mineral. You have oil at the Chad Basin that is being explored right now, but illegally. You have Zamfara. If you go to Zamfara, Zamfara has more gold than Ghana. Zamfara's gold is being traded in Dubai and other parts of the country. There is a market called Nigerian gold in Dubai. Go and check. So who is doing this mining?
You just heard that right now. There's a market in Dubai called Nigerian gold. Nigeria has abundance of gold in Zamfara, in the south, in Elisha as well. A lot of Chinese are coming there to mine those things free of charge.
Most times, they are the governors, the people in power. They are the ones doing it in connivance. In connivance with foreign mercenaries. Can you remember? Have we forgotten when they said there is a no-fly zone in Zamfara? Why should there be a no-fly zone? There isn't even an airport in Zamfara, but aircrafts land and they take off from Zamfara. And let me tell you something else. In Zamfara, every container that comes from China ends up in Zamfara. You know why? Because in Zamfara, the soil in Zamfara has all the strategic minerals that you can think of. So when the containers come in from China, they land they end in Zamfara, and a bag of Zamfara soil is today sold at 5,000. So they need to displace the people to allow them.
So they need to displace the people to allow them to mine those resources and put some unserious people that don't even have direction, that they just run after cattle and the rest. And those people that they can control and say, stay here, you stay here. Don't let your cattle go here. And they feel that place should not look dormant. So they just put those people there
to continue with their mining. I mean, it's multifaceted. And these are people that one has been severally accused of harboring terrorists, even recently. And why? Let us ask, why should Shettima be visiting, along with his governor, be visiting and making a solidarity with a police officer that was being tried for drugs?
The police officer she's talking about is the Abakari, that guy that is being wanted by the American justice or criminal system. That is the man.
Trafficking. Why? So you begin to put these things together and you begin to understand why Nigerians must retrieve their country. We can't allow this thing to happen.
Yes, thank you for listening to that. This is a wake-up call for me and you. We have to take up back this country from the hands of the oppressors, because looking at the population of this so-called country, if it's a country, it's more than 200 million people. And the next 25 years is going to be 400 million people. And when this population keeps increasing, the level of deprivation will keep increasing. And it is not going to just be an African problem now. It's going to be more like, it's going to be a world problem, because more younger people will be going through the Sahel to cross to Europe, cross the Mediterranean to Europe. And Europe is going to have the effect very soon more, if the world keep putting a blind eye, in intentional blind eyes on these challenges happening in the Islamic State of Nigeria. Kindly request the world and anybody listening to this that the disintegration of Nigeria is the only way out. Thank you.